Murder Drones Episode 8, or its finale, just came out yesterday, or depending on when I get this video out, a few days ago. Now, the scenes we get to see during the credits are really interesting. Some of them are not that interesting, but others may hint to a spin-off show or a season 2. I'll get to those towards the end of the video, so stick around for more. The first scene we get to see during the credits is a wide shot of Copper 9, or the planet which Murder Drones takes place on. There is a jagged scar into the planet's surface, which is pretty large considering the fact that you can see it from space. This obviously wasn't there before, and it's really interesting to see the aftermath on the planet after the big battle between Sin and everyone else. The next scene is of the worker drone corpse's spire we got to see earlier in the series. There's nothing too special about this one, so I'm just gonna move on. The next scene I find particularly interesting considering the fact that it is Jay fixing up the spaceship inside of the tall worker drone spire thing. Now we know that Jay was probably dead, but you know, she did die off screen, and we know how good that Murder Drones is at killing off people off screen, considering the fact that V did eventually come back. Then again, this could also just be like a flashback image of like before all the events of the show took place. We don't really know. This is probably just some fun gag they're never going to truly explain. The next shot is of the bunker, which again is not that special, at least for this scene, so I'm just going to move on. Next scene, nothing too important, again, moving on. The next scene is some worker drones playing cards along with Uzi, Nori, and Khan. This shows that Nori and Khan did eventually reunite, which is kind of sweet to see. Now this next scene shows something that I was really surprised by and was pointed out by my good friend Dire Duck. Now to someone who doesn't really pay attention to the credits, this is just a smoky hallway we got to see in episode 3. However, if you pay close enough attention, you're able to see a shape with red eyes and tentacles around it. The first person to come to mind that this could be is Doll, considering the fact that she did have a very quick death, and a lot of people are hoping that she does come back eventually, whether that be in a spin-off show or season 2, even though that this is supposed to be the series finale. But now that I think about it more, I actually highly doubt that it is Doll, considering the fact that she literally got her core E in episode 7, it would be really hard for her to actually come back. I think this might be some new antagonist that could lead the main crew on some sort of murder mystery or something, or a fun spin-off show that we could see in the future. The next shot is of a piece of paper with a few drawings on it. You'll notice that in the side of the paper there is a J death counter. They actually did a lot of funny callouts like this throughout the entire episode, which I will talk about more in my later video, which is my review of the entire episode, which I will be releasing tomorrow. The next scene is of N and Uzi hanging out in Uzi's room with a dead body just casually sitting in the corner. I personally find this pretty funny, and also just a cool callback considering the fact that this could elaborate on how, you know, the Murder Drones needed oil to survive, and then they kind of just retconned it as they said in Glitch X. The next scene is just probably a different shot of N and Uzi hanging out in a room watching a show that... Wait a minute, that looks like Liam Vickers animation stuff. Wait, the next scene is inside of Doll's room. Again, nothing too important. The next scene is some sort of memorial for Doll inside some sort of prom celebration. Again, another gag they put into the credits is saying that she was gone too soon, which I cannot agree more. The next scene is a table shot with the JC Jetson training video on it, along with a paper which I will be analyzing tonight as I don't get any sleep. The next shot seems to be a top view of some skyscrapers back in the city outside of the bunker. The next scene is Lizzie and V hanging out with V with some of her episode 4 outfit on, along with N dancing in the sky while flying. The next is Lizzie and V seemingly versus or against N, Uzi, and Thad in some sort of mini fight. This next scene is a scene we also get to see in episode 2, or at least a place we got to see in episode 2, and this scene also takes place in a scene we probably saw in episode 2, showing the Eldritch horror we got to see in episode 2, which isn't alive. This is probably just, again, another flashback scene or something. Now, something that Murder Drones hasn't done before is post-credit scenes. Now, this episode actually did have a post-credit scene. I'll roll the clip.
You look great. Have you considered a bow, though?
Now, personally, this could just be a funny gag they put at the end of the episode, but I actually don't think so. If you look down to the description of episode 8 of Murder Drones, you get to see that Glitch actually wants to do more things with N and Uzi, even if the actual series is over. Now, this could mean a number of things. That could just mean a few short clips. Maybe they show up in some Glitch-In announcements or merch announcements or something. This could also mean a spin-off episode or episodes, along with maybe a spin-off series, but that's just getting hopeful. This post-credit scene, it could be hinting to some sort of arc we got to see in some sort of hypothetical future spin-off episode or series where Uzi struggles with Sin being more inside her head than she ever was before. But this is probably just some sort of funny gag that Glitch decided to put at the end of the episode. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. Make sure you subscribe so you can check out my future content about Murder Drones, because I'll be definitely making a review probably tomorrow, along with a few other videos going to more depth into what happened in this episode, along with some cool things I saw throughout the entire series that were wrapped up in episode 8. Like the video if you actually liked it, comment down below anything I missed, stay tuned, and I'll see you next time.